Incredibly precise passer, and talked to them this week. They're like, man, you cannot let him get in a groove. They said they'll do everything possible to try to throw him off his spot. We welcome you into a new hour of NFL Live. Marcus Spears, Mina Kimes, Ryan Clark, Dan Orlovsky joins us now as well. Dan, of course, is on the call for the later game, the Texans and the Seahawks.
Hey, Dan.
How's it going out there, Dan?
I didn't hear what you said, but all good. You said the weather I got here.
No, I was just asking how you were,
so
but you know what? That's enough.
Right, I'm great.
We're off to a hot start. Dan, we miss you. It's great to see you. All right, let's get back to the action on Sunday. Let's start.
He said the weather. He said I'm great. I'm great.
We miss you, buddy. We miss you.
We miss you, Dan.
No,
Dan,
miss you.
give
With
us
your
a
big
smile.
checker jacket.
He looks good.
Looking good, boy.
Okay, we may have a delay issue here.
Yeah,
Let's get back to the action for Sunday. Jalen Hurts and the Eagles trying to stop their 2-game losing streak at the Vikings. Oh, man, we love Dan C.
Jalen Hurts does a great job here being patient in the pocket. He knew it was 4th down. He pushed the football down the field, and A.J. Brown has to feel good about scoring early.
You know he likes it. Second quarter, Vikings down 7-3. Carson Wentz trying to make something happen. The pass is intercepted by Jalen Hunt. He returns it for a pick six.
So the simulated pressure is how Jalen Carter gets a one-on-one, but that was really more like a one-on-zero.
These wide receivers with these man-to-man matchups.
All right, under 7 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Hurts trying to add on. The Eagles up 21-19, and he throws it to Brown again for the touchdown, his second of the day. Eagles lead 28-19, so the next Vikings drive just over 3 to go. 3rd and 2 at the Eagles' 15. Wentz finds T.J. Hawkinson in the end zone, but take another look.
Listen, it was initially called a touchdown. It's a great effort by T.J. Hawkinson. You can see this football move when he touches the ground.
He doesn't like
I love the decision there to leave A.J. Brown ISO'd on the outside.
I mean,
Here's Saquon
Okay.
after the win.
You watched the film earlier this year?
The only thing that matters is winning. The only thing that matters is winning football games. And however it looks, like, people, I don't get it. Like, people get caught up in how winning looks. Like, winning is supposed to be our team versus their team, and we have more points than them when the clock is at 0. And if it's Jalen dropping back 75% of the time, if that's what it takes, that's what it takes. If it's us running the ball 75%, that's what it takes, is what it takes. Like, obviously, you would love some type of balance. We all would love, to he have 200, he have 200, I have 200, blah, 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 blah. It's not the reality. It's not, this isn't Sims. This isn't Madden. This is real life.
Yeah, he's right. The Eagles' passing game clicked in the win, finishing with a season-best 316 yards and more than 14 yards per attempt. The running game continued to struggle, tying a season low with 45 yards for the game. The Eagles had 1 yard before contact on rush attempts. All right, Dan, I think we figured out your mic. Just for everybody at home, Dan couldn't hear us at all, so that's like a brutal position to be in. That's why he wasn't smiling.
Was he trying to, like, read your lips then?
I don't think he could even probably see. I mean, Dan, we said all kinds of things about you. They were mostly nice, and now you get a chance to respond, but instead we're going to talk about the Eagles. The offense looked better on Sunday. Was it a scheme change, you think, or just better execution?
Yeah, I mean, definitely they did 3 things that they really haven't done this year that I think all of us on the show have been begging them to do. Number 1, they got bigger with their personnel front. Number 2, they put the quarterback under center a little bit. And 3, they did some play-action pass, and it led to 3 just enormous plays. The first is going to be the Devontae 80-plus yard touchdown pass. 1, 6 offensive linemen. I love the fact that they did that. That's A.J. Brown up top. Number 2, the quarterback's under center. And 3, the play action. So a couple things. A.J.'s up top running an in route, and Devontae's running a post route. The safety up top is paying attention to A.J. Jalen's staring there. The pocket's perfectly clean. It builds it or leads to an explosive play. We have not seen many plays that have looked like this from this offense. Relatively similar formation, 6 offensive linemen, quarterback underneath the center. They go play action again. This time they just flip Devontae and AJ. AJ's at the bottom of the screen. Devontae's up top. It's an unbelievable pocket, and Jalen Hurts throws the ball over the middle of the field. Now, it might be a click late, but at least it's going over the middle of the field. Another opportunity to put him under center, 6 offensive linemen. For me, it's just a vacancy in the middle of the field that is exposed here. This is the weakness of this pass game. They did not run it well yesterday, but even the commitment to show we are going to run the football in a traditional fashion created 3 explosive plays. So it doesn't have to be their identity. It doesn't have to be what they're going to do 10 times a game. But if they can lean into this 4, 5, 6 times, I think it opens up more explosive elements in their pass game.
Yeah, what do we always say about play action? You don't actually have to run it well. You just have to sell, run. And with the 6 offensive linemen, they did just that. I thought this is one of the best games I've ever seen Jalen Hurts play. He had 9 completions over 10 yards in this game. I looked it up. That's the most he's had in 2 years.
Wow.
And I would argue the beginning of the 4th quarter, that one drive that culminated in the touchdown throw to A.J. Brown, he had maybe some of the best 3 throws I've seen from him all season long. Here's the one where the pressure comes, so he escapes to his right. This has been missing this year, that ability to play make on the run. That's a dart to A.J. Brown coming back. Here's one of the play action throws Dan talked about. Working the middle of the field, that's where the voids are in this Brian Flores defense. Not an area that Jalen always attacks, however. And then finally, this seam ball to AJ. I mean, my goodness, that's a tight window throw. Perfect ball, perfectly placed. He was unruffled by the blitz. He saw the field well. I thought it was an incredible performance.
A lot of the conversation, and rightfully so, has been around this Eagles offense, but you gotta like what you saw from the Eagles defense as well, right?
You know what I did? N'Kobe Dean returns. He's playing now in the middle linebacker position in the base defenses. Jalen Carter made the huge hit on the quarterback Carson Wentz on the Hunt interception, but I think Cooper DeJean is the most important player on this defense. Early on this season, they worked him at safety in training camp, and they were playing Adoree Jackson and Keely Ringo at the cornerback positions. He's now moved outside in base, and not only has he moved outside, it's not that we have to chase Quinyon Mitchell with the #1 wide receivers. Cooper DeJean can match up on guys like Justin Jefferson, and even when you put a Jordan Addison on his side, and then he moves on the inside where he's one of the best tackling defensive backs in all of football, but he's a guy, whether it's zone or man, always seems to be in the right position, and he plays the football with his eyes and through the hands of the receivers. I think his ascension this year to be able to do multiple things has really helped Vic Fangio and his defense sort of find a groove in the secondary.
It just speaks again. I mean, Howie Roseman drafting so well, developing this talent, it's hit almost 100%. Let's talk about the Vikings side of this a little bit. Do you think, Marcus, that Carson Wentz is the right guy? Should they be rushing J.J. McCarthy back? We'll get an update on the status a little bit later on, but what's the right answer there?
I know it feels today that this isn't the greatest response. I thought Carson Wentz was fine. He had some in-errant passes, and obviously you want to have some of those back. But if they complete that completion to Hockenson, they're in this game, and I think he gives you just a better chance to compete week in and week out than what we saw from J.J. McCarthy. Now, obviously, you drafted a rookie top 10 in the NFL draft, and he's been injured and he's been out. I don't think you come back and start him the week he starts practice. Maybe give him a week to go through a practice week and then put him back in the game if you feel comfortable with that. But I don't think Carson Wentz crashed and burned enough for you not to think about the good things that he's done and how you saw this offense go forward. And him and Jordan Addison had a connection in this game. They were very successful together. So I just don't think it's as simple as inserting JJ back into it.
I know, I hear you. Dan, the other thing is the more time J.J. McCarthy misses, the more time he misses, the less games he's actually playing and experience he's getting.
Yeah, but this team needs consistency from the quarterback position. It doesn't need top 8 quarterback play, but the roller coaster of Carson right now is kind of how this team is playing. We've seen Minnesota play as good as anybody in the conference, and then we've seen Minnesota have stretches where they look like they can get beat by anybody in the conference, and that's kind of where Carson is right now, and it's been for a couple years with his career. He has moments when he looks like the guy from 2017 that was trending towards an MVP, and then he has moments that he's hurt the football team. So in regards to JJ, if Minnesota feels like JJ's healthy, they have to get him at least on the field to see if he'll provide just some consistency at the position to allow the rest of the talent of that roster to kind of carry the load.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, to your point, the talent around the quarterback is great, championship level potentially, but it's just that quarterback position. Let's continue on with this Vikings team as we get Adam Schefter back in here for some top stories. What are you hearing about who's going to start on Thursday night? A reminder, that's when they play.
My understanding is it's going to be challenging for J.J. McCarthy to be ready to play in time on Thursday night, which indicates that it's looking like another week of Carson Wentz on Thursday week injury, which should give him a chance to return in week 9 at Detroit when the Vikings play the Lions then. And until then, Carson Wentz will continue to play quarterback, and he looks like the likely starter Thursday night. Meanwhile, the Washington Commanders got what they felt was good news on Jaden Daniels' hamstring today. It's not a long-term injury, but they didn't say anything about whether or not he'd be available for Monday night's game against the Chiefs. Replay video would tell you that it's going to be difficult. He limped off the field. He didn't come back. If he can't start on Monday night, it will be Marcus Mariota versus the Chiefs. And it looks like Bryce Young is not expected to play this upcoming week. Suffered an ankle sprain yesterday against the New York Jets. If Young cannot go this upcoming week, it would be Andy Dalton stepping in at quarterback for Bryce Young. We'll see how the practice week unfolds for Bryce Young. And one other note pertaining to tonight's game in Detroit, Laura. Moments ago, the Detroit Lions activated